I saw this video recently. It's been floating around Instagram. It gave me a good chuckle. It's these, I think they're animal rights activists, like like for Peter or something like that. And they went to a supermarket. It's the way the video goes. It says, "Today we staged two supermarket die-ins," and I just saw this. I'm like, what is this? This can't be real. Like, these people can't be real. There's just no way. And yeah, it's just literally like they're trying to protest the slaughter of animals by like they hang out in front of the meat department and they just like lay against the wall. Excuse me. They lean against the wall. They're like, yeah, we're dead. Like, it's so fucking cringe. They're just like laying there like, and they're like writhing and wiggling and then like pretending that they can't breathe. And oh my god, it's fucking crazy. You guys just look up the video just anywhere, Instagram, YouTube, I don't care. I'm sure you'll find it. Just like Google supermarket die-ins. That's DIEINS. You will not be disappointed. It's some fucking crazy shit. Welcome everybody back to Norwich Just Bored, episode number 76. Yeah, it's been a rainy week up here in the old Canada, and it's, another another week of strife, we'll say. This every day this country strays further and further away from God. I say that, being somebody who's not deeply religious, but I just like to say that as a saying. It's fun. But yeah, it's really is crazy just how the economy is collapsing, and like our leader, my lord, like he just keeps on getting shit on. Like he's just getting I don't understand. I really don't understand at this point. And I want people to, I always say this, and I sound like a fucking broken record, but I want people to push back. I want people to push back on me. I want them, you know, if you voted for them, if you voted liberal, just why? I'm sorry. I just want to know. I just want to, I'm not why you voted liberal necessarily, but why him? Why? Can't you guys find a better candidate? Can't you find something else? Like, we already got rambling Joe Biden in fucking America, falling downstairs, being completely incompetent. Like, that doesn't even make. Oh my god! Every fucking week, like as if it's not embarrassing enough that we have Justin Trudeau, like just basically a handicapped person as our leader. Like, he's retarded. I'm sorry to say, but he is. And then over in America, like, we have a dead man. And it's like, and everybody is just the most excited ever. They love it because there is brownie points in leaning left. And I'm sorry, if your actual political affiliation is more to the left, I mean, that's fine. But you got to know your candidates are a fucking joke, an absolute joke. And I would have more respect for the Liberal Party, for the Democrats, if you're American. I would have more respect if your candidates were more respectable. Like, the funniest thing is that everybody dunks on Trump. That's like, Trump's like the fucking, I don't know what you call it, scapegoat, I guess. He's like yeah, well, at least we didn't have Trump. At least we didn't have Trump. Yeah, but like, I hate to say this, guys. I'm sorry, but at least Trump was standing up for something. And at least Trump was honest. He's like, I like how Dave Chappelle put it. Dave Chappelle put it as, he's an honest liar. Because that's what he is. Because he talked about the tax loopholes, which he uses. And then Hillary was grilling him about it. And then he's like, well, you mean the tax loopholes that you and your friends use? That's why you won't close them. And everybody's like, oh, they're going crazy. And that's just, I'm sorry, that's the fucking truth. That's the truth. He's an honest liar because he was telling people, like, yeah, I use these tax loopholes and it's not fair, but it's because they're there. And the reason that people like Hillary and Bill and all the other Democrats that have been over the years, The reason they don't close them is because they fucking use them too. They all use them. But Trump was at least the first one to be honest about using it and saying the reason why it's not closed. The reason it's not closed because they all make a lot of money doing that. And it's really stupid. And just, I think it's so, like, the world is so sad right now. It's in such a sad state. And literally, I mean, I really couldn't care less if I get hate for this. Anybody who's been a regular listener of the show knows my stance on this shit. But the Labataquois community, and if you're a fan of the podcast, you know what I mean when I say Labataquois. Some people refer to them as the alphabet people. Because they fucking add a new thing every fucking day. That was a little cliff note here. That was hilarious watching Justin Trudeau stumble through that speech the other day. Because he's like, it's getting to the point where even he's like, this is getting fucking ridiculous. Because he's stumbling over his words worse than Joe Biden and me combined. He's like, also for the the LGBTQ community. It's like, holy fuck, Justin, calm down there. But that's what happens, right? That's like what is it now? Was it Two Spirit? So it's like 2S LGBTQ L or something, or there's another fucking thing at the end. Like, it's a meme at this point. We all know it's a meme. And right? It's a conservative talking point, right? They're fucking idiots. But like, you guys gotta understand, like, it's stupid. And the people that go along with this madness, it's pretty clear what the agenda is. And it's just lunacy. Like, it's just ridiculous. And the sad thing is that most people know it's ridiculous. But for some reason, there must be a majority of people somewhere that are buying the bullshit. Because it's ridiculous, but it's passing. It's all going through. And again, it just starts with all this bullshit. Like, oh, well, why do you care? Why do you care if people are gay? That's the thing. We don't fucking care. Nobody cares. That's the important thing. Okay? Make it legal to be gay. It's legal to be gay. That's good. It's legal to be trans. That's good. It's legal for people to get married in most places that are gay. I mean, I'm sure there's some archaic states in the States that are, still behind the times. I'm looking at you. I think, is it Texas that is? I can't remember. There's a few. I think probably, I would guess like, Kansas. Is that a state? I don't know. And I'm Canadian, guys. I'm sorry. I got like 8 places to memorize. All right. Like, from Newfoundland and Labrador over to BC, there's not much going on up in Canada. We got it divided up pretty good. But then in, America, there's 52 states. Yes, 52, I believe. Because I think Alaska was the 52nd. If I'm not mistaken. I don't know. If I am, I don't know. Call me a retard in the comments. I don't care. But my point is that this whole, like, it's okay. The problem was never with that. Anybody, if you were born in, I don't know, in my parents' generation, maybe there might be a few of you left that still consider gay people to be weird and think that's a weird, strange world. I don't know, whatever. But everybody from the millennial generation, which is mine, forward, like, it's all right, guys. You're good. You're good. Okay? You can be gay. It's fine. In fact, most straight people are gay half of the time. You ever seen me out disc golfing with my friends? It's the gayest shit you'll ever see. We're slapping each other's asses, or, oh, wait, maybe oh, shit, I 100% just hallucinated that. Sorry, I'm just spilling my dreams on here. But, either way, it's like, it's okay. That's not the issue. The issue that's been going forward is this weird victim mentality that this whole group, it's like they think they're a group of persecuted individuals. They have to be a protected group, and it really doesn't make sense. And I've said it before on here, like, it's okay to do what you want with your life, but the minute that you think that you have the right to start talking to other people's children and, trying to convince other people's children to be gay or something, like, that's grooming children. I'm sorry. I don't give a fuck what you think. I don't care. Either way you cook it, it's beef. Like, if you are going in a fucking elementary school dressed in drag to, read stories, we covered that a couple episodes ago, or if you're a fucking teacher and, you got like explicit shirts on that are like I'm gay, bae, suck my hay. Like, no. Okay, just fucking don't. And that's the thing, and people have said, there's been transgender characters and stuff like that in series, like TV series and anime and manga and stuff like that. There's always been gay and transgender characters in those shows and stuff. But what's funny is that in a well-written show, in a well-written anime, anything like that, that stuff just appears and that it's, Jesus Christ, I'm choking here. And it's up for the viewer to kind of see, oh yeah, I get it. Like, a perfect example for me, I'm just going to look up the name just to make sure I don't fuck it up. I think his name's Bon Clay. Is that his name? Oh, Jesus Christ. That is not what I wanted. That's some Rule 34, people. Okay, yeah. Okay, sorry. I guess his real name is Bentham, but they call it, I know in One Piece, they always call him Bon Clay. And he's a character. Excuse me, Jesus. He's a character from One Piece. And if any of you guys have ever watched One Piece or read the manga or anything like that, if you've ever seen Bon Clay, I know some of you guys are probably fucking crying right now because he has a really like tragic story and stuff, and he's an awesome character, and he's always like helping out, and he saves Luffy a bunch of times, and then he makes a sacrifice. But why am I telling you about him right now? Well, he is very clearly an ambiguous character. He's very much male, but he's got a lot of female mannerisms and attributes. So a lot of people would say, he's a transgender character, which I think he is. I could say he is. But it's fine because it's not his personality. He's just a fucking character. And he's a good damn character. And he's just written that way. Whereas when you have bullshit like this in modern American media, it's just like they'll have somebody that's trans or something like that, or gay or lesbian, and it's their whole fucking personality. Like, if it's a gay guy, every 5 minutes they'll be like, oh my God, I haven't sucked a dick in 2 minutes. I'm so horny. Like, gay guys don't act like that, okay? I mean, some of them probably do, but, it's just... What I'm trying to say is characters, like people exist like this. And they've existed all the time. And even in media, they've existed. And another nice kind of comparison, if you want to go the anime route, is like not a transgender necessarily, but Haku from Naruto. Haku, very much feminine features, even a feminine voice, and it's a boy. Haku is a boy, but has feminine features and definitely looks like a girl. Is it a transgender character? I don't know. But guess what? It doesn't matter. It's just up for interpretation. It's just a good, well-written character. Okay, guys? It turns out you can have characters and you can write them and have them be well written and fun characters, and they're just drawn a certain way, and it doesn't have to be their entire personality. It's just who they are. And that's exactly how people are. Just be yourself. Be who you are. You know, you want to dress up like a fucking wolf? Whatever. Do what you want to do. But you do not need to you don't have to convince everybody else. Like, it just, like, even me, I'm straight as a nail. A bent nail when I get drunk. Sometimes. But, you know, it is what it is. I'm not going to try to convince, like, if I see a gay guy, I'm not going to be like, you should so be straight, you stupid idiot. You know? Enough of that queering around. You come hang out with me for 5 minutes. I'll have you eating puss in no time, son. No, that's not how it goes. And I'm sure everybody would be really offended if I did that. Well, guess what? Ding, ding, ding. Nailed it on the head there. Another hammer analogy. That's what it is. Leave people alone. And when what's getting harmful for me, the most harmful thing, and like, I kind of, I got sad. I was talking to a coworker today, and she was talking about how, because she gave my son a chocolate bar, and she went on to say that she has 3 kids and they're all 20 plus, and none of them want to have kids. And I said, she's like, I don't think I'll ever have grandbabies. And I'm like, oh, I'm like, that sucks. You probably want them, hey? And she's like, yeah, but I don't know. I guess it is what it is. And, there's a lot of people that it started with my generation. The generation before mine, everybody had kids. Everybody. It was like a social construct. Like, if you didn't have kids, people were honestly asking questions. That's just how it was. But nowadays, it's almost like it's a cooler thing to not have kids, in a sense. And we've kind of touched on it before on here, and there's a lot of reasons for it. There is. And again, I've always been of the mind, let people do what they want. Let people do what they want. If they don't want to have kids, they don't want to have kids. But the sad reality of it is that I think a lot of people don't want to have kids just because they can't handle the financial, the finances of it. It's just not, like I said, the whole 10th level of hell where this world is going with all this woke garbage and the fucking economy collapsing. We're sending billions upon billions. I saw this little compilation of Justin Trudeau sending money to Ukraine, and it was like, it just blows my mind. After a while, you're over it. At first I was like, oh, that sucks, like, fucking Russia. And I was like, whatever, let's support them. But, after you've sent a few $100 billion, it's like, okay, what's going on here? Ukraine's not very big. $100 billion should be enough to buy the country, for fuck's sakes, let alone, just stave off some attacks. And, maybe I'm ignorant to the whole, how bad it is over there, I guess, but who knows? The fucking media, we don't know. I question everything. Ever since COVID, I don't believe a fucking thing. Unless it's given to me by an independent news source that is highly fact-checked and really reliable. Like, Crystal and Saga are usually pretty good. Like, they're like breaking points. They're pretty unbiased and on the point. But like, a lot of those, like CNN especially, Fox News, any of those guys, you can't fucking trust a word out of their mouth. It's all so fake. It's all bullshit. And we all knew to a degree, but during COVID, we really found out, like, the amount of misinformation coming out, and it's so sad. It's so sad. The people that we used to take as gospel, and this goes back to the whole not wanting to have kids thing. It's because people are ruining the fucking world. They're ruining the world with their ideology. Like, they're fucking killing off the middle and poor. Like, Your dollar's not worth shit. Literally, I'm not even joking. $20. Like, you remember when you were a kid? If you're my age, remember, like, I don't know, it's the year 2000. You're 10 years old. Your mom gives you a 20. Like, she wouldn't even give you a 20. So if you got a 20, that was a special fucking day. But, you know, your mom would give you like $10. It doesn't matter. Whatever. But you got a lot of fucking candy and pop and all kinds of shit at the corner store, at the 7-Eleven, at the local candy shop, wherever you went. You got a lot. You know? Nowadays, you send your kids to 20, you send your kids to 7-Eleven, you like send them in while you're parked outside, give them a 20. They'll come back and ask for another fucking 20. And they didn't get shit. They got like 2 chocolate bars. Like, everything is ridiculous now. I can't even believe how expensive things are these days. It really blows my mind. And like, another thing I've touched on 100 times on here, where it's like, when you have a guy making, you know, mid-20s per hour, you know, close to 50K a year, and you can't like, you're barely scraping by. You're barely affording, like, just, you know, your kids stuff, food, and then like, I live in a shitty trailer and I drive an older van. 2017, it's pretty new, but it's still like, I'm not driving a fucking not driving a Challenger. I'm not driving a fucking Corvette. I don't have a brand new truck that's $100,000. No, I'm driving a modest vehicle that was like 20 grand. 30 after tax and extended warranty. Because guess what? If something goes wrong on that thing, the fuck if I'll ever fix it. It's just like everything. You're getting priced out of everything. And, people ask, it's like, oh, well, why don't people want to have kids? And again, I think I have talked about this on here before, but I think it's an important subject. And I think it's something that it deserves to be reiterated, because anybody who listens, and if you have kids, like, kids are expensive. They're quite expensive, and they only get more expensive. And like, the economy is just literally throttling you. It's throttling everybody. And it's ridiculous. And it's because of idiots like Justin that want to spend like billions, not millions. I'm not, and not millions, not millions, billions with a B, to another fucking country. Like, oh, we're anti-war here. We don't want to support the war machine. Oh, but we'll send some money. Be good. We'll be good neighbors. Like, fuck. Like, I'm sorry. This sounds harsh, but fuck the Ukraine. No more fucking money. Okay? If you haven't solved it by now, money's not going to help. You need something else. Like a tactical nuclear strike. Okay, maybe not that. We might have Umbrella City. But yeah, let me look up here. How much money has Canada given? Oh, here we go. Sent to Ukraine. Perfect. Oh, go to all. Yeah, March 28th, we were sending another 2.4 billion. That's nice. Oh, that's hilarious. In if you do, you know how you say under Google, when you Google search somebody, Google will give you like those little automated answers. It'll be like, how much money has Canada given to Ukraine? And under Global Affairs Canada, it says since January 2022, Canada has allocated 352.5 million in humanitarian assistance to blah blah blah. But if you look up one article higher, it literally says same. Oh, that was March. So that was. Oh, that's actually after. So they're lying. What the fuck? Because yeah, in March they said 2.4 billion, but then in May it's saying 352.5 million. So I don't know. Somebody's fucking lying somewhere. Either way, the idea that I can't actually, you know what I'm gonna do? Hold on. Hold. I'm gonna go into the old duck duck go so I can get a right answer. How much money? Oh, cap locks is on. How much money does Mr. Beast have? That's the number one search. 18.9 trillion probably. How much money has Canada given to Ukraine? Here we go. Let me see what we got here. It's pretty much the same thing. This is from canada.ca. So this is actually the government website. Yeah, so Canada has committed 1.87 billion in financial assistance to support the Ukrainian government. Canada previously pledged a loan of up to 1 billion for the IMFs. Then 620 million in military aid. Yeah. So, a lot of fucking money. So, like, let me just see. I'm just gonna do something here. What's the population of Canada? Population of Canada. Okay, so the population of Canada. Oh, hold on. Population of Canada is 38.25 million. So, let's just do this. Just let me do some quick. Divided by 38.25 million. Okay. Huh, that doesn't seem right. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. It just doesn't it to me that's crazy. And then they want to who's going to pay for all this? That's my problem. That's my biggest problem. Like who is realistically going to pay all this debt off? And what's happening, and I feel like a broken record today, but whatever, let's go. Every time this happens, when they have to send money, what do? They print money. But that's how inflation works. The more of something you have, the less valuable it is. So they keep printing. Like when JT's been in fucking office, that fucking money press is not stopped. They probably had to have the service repairman over there every day, every week, just to service the cocksucker because it's just running nonstop. And it's like, it's just fucking. It just makes me sad. It literally makes me sad that like $20 is the new $100. It really is. And $1,000 is the new $100. Like it's crazy how I drove a more extravagant car, working at a shittier job, making less money, living in the same place, mind you, but I had a lot more disposable income 10 years ago. Yeah, let that sink in for a second. I was living some would say I was living beyond my means because I had a crazy car and I had I mean I had a house, whatever. Like not a house, but a shitty trailer, as I say before. And Yeah, I was able to party every weekend. Fucking buy bullshit, buy games all the time whenever I wanted. Buy the new gaming systems when it came out. Just do whatever I wanted. Eat out. I ate out all the time. Fucking Burger King, everything. Now it's like I'm on an ironclad budget. My ironclad budget. I don't fucking do anything. I barely go out. I do my weekly disc golf. That's it. I do league night disc golf, and other than that, I just kind of, you know, I'll buy the occasional new game, but usually I just buy indie games when they're on sale on Steam. That's it. I drive a van, live in this house. It's like very modest living, and I'm barely scraping by. Like it just doesn't make sense. But everything has gotten out of control. Like when uh when I saw the McDouble, it's like $3 almost now, and that used to be like my go-to when I that used to be my go-to when I worked at Walmart way back in the day because we had a built-in McDonald's. So I just go to the McDonald's there and get it for lunch. It was cheap. I get a couple McDoubles and maybe a small fry, and a drink, and the McDoubles were like a dollar. I think they were $1.60, $1.70 time. They were nothing. Like it was crazy. But now it's like if I go with my kids to McDonald's, just my kids, just me, 2-year-old and a 4-year-old, I'm walking out of there with a fucking bill for like $35 at least. And again, that's not crazy. That's for a fucking like Big Mac meal for me, and then like 2 Happy Meals. It's like maybe some ice cream if they want ice cream. It's ridiculous. It's crazy. It's like it's kind of a meme at this point, but like people have been saying, yeah, you have to wait for somebody to die to buy a house these days because you have to use the insurance money you get from their funeral. And that's sad, but it's also kind of sad but true. It's just like the idea of saving money right now is crazy. You have to like you have to live as a hermit pretty much. You have to do nothing. And some conspiratorial thinkers would say, well, that's what they want. They want you to be poor and dumb, but I say no. You know, this is my pushback, and that's what I kind of. This is this is just me. This is me thinking out loud, and I'm just sick of it. I'm sick of the world. I'm sick of the way the world's going. And as far as my conversation with my coworker, I don't really blame her kids, and I don't really blame anybody because it's scary. The world that we're it's funny because the nomenclature that she used was, what kind of world are we leaving our kids for? And I said, well, no, the correction is, what kind of world are the kids of today leaving for themselves? Because those are the people it's the young people. It's the people that are 20 years old right now, 16 to 25, whatever. They're the ones that are fucking it up for everybody. And I'm sorry, guys. I hate to put that burden on you, but you're caught. You got caught. You did. And it's not necessarily your fault. You grew up in a shit generation where social media kind of engineered you in your teens. And here you are. Now you're programmed. You're just robots. And I know you're not all like that. There's some good ones among you, for sure. For sure. I have to believe there is. But unfortunately, the mainstream media, the whole zeitgeist of misinformation and the agenda that they're putting out there, this whole alphabet people, Labaraquois, it's just, you've been captured. And there's even people in my generation that have been captured by it. They think they're fighting for this. It's hilarious because they think they're fighting for inclusivity, but they're not. What does it say? Let me ask you guys this. Let me ask you guys real quick. I gotta shut it down here soon. Sorry to say, but I know you're enjoying the rambling so much, but let me ask you this: what is it? What's the one word besides gay? What's the one word that's on all their merch? Okay, think about that for a second. What's the one word that always appears on LGBTQ all their merch? There's one word: love. Right? Love. It's always love wins. Love matters. Love what you do to me. I'm gay, by the way. You know, it's always love. That's what they preach. Love and inclusivity. Sounds pretty good, right? Well, when you look at these videos, I see them all. I see them all the time. They always pop up for me, and they're probably in my algorithm because I'm captured by the right as a right wing talking head. I've been programmed to see these videos, so I think it's happening everywhere. Even though I know it's definitely not happening everywhere, but it's enough of an issue that it is affecting. It's affecting the way people vote, and it's affecting the world as a whole. So I'd say it's a big enough issue. But either way, I do understand, as everybody should. Everything on social media is blown up crazy. Like the wolf people. Like Corey was explaining when he was on about how a lot of those kitty litter in the schools, a lot of that was just fake bullshit that people spread, and it probably was. Honestly, my knee jerk reaction was that it was fake. But a lot of this stuff, it's not really fake because you see it. You see videos of it, you know? And it's my point about the whole love thing, about love being their number one kind of word that they use in all this shit. But what do you see them doing in videos? All these people that are insanely captured by this movement. You see them fucking spitting on people. I saw a video the other day of it was a priest baptizing people in a river because that's what you fucking do, okay? They're religious. It's part of their religion. They dunk people underwater and then they bring them out and then they're baptized. I don't get it. Whatever. You don't have to get it. He's not hurting anybody. They get a little wet, they'll be fine. But you see all these fucking Labataquas, and they're sitting there and they're like screeching and screaming, and they're like pushing him and like getting aggressive with him. And I'm like, God, that doesn't look like love to me, guys. And I just don't understand. I don't get that. That doesn't make sense to me. It really doesn't. And I hear a lot of people, some of my friends even, they're more left leaning and they'll be like, well, that's just an internet video and that's a niche video. Like I was saying, yeah, it doesn't speak for everybody in that community. For sure, I get it. But I've even had altercations with people in this community in real life. They're cunts. They fucking are. Okay? And that's the funniest thing is that I'm tired of not talking about it, for one. We don't talk about it enough. But that's because we're decent human beings and I don't like to, spread people's shit. I don't like to talk shit about people. But I know plenty of people and they're fucking assholes. Like there's this one chick, holy fuck. I'm sorry, I like to beat the shit out of her, to be honest, but I never would because I'm a fucking classic man who would never harm a lady, but I might just fucking hit them in the they, them, if you know what I'm saying. It's not technically a lady, it's a they, them. It's open season, as the porcupine from Open Season would say. I believe it was porcupine. But anyways, yeah, like there's this one lady and like she's just like the fakest fucking person I ever met. Like just you could tell there's something wrong about her. She's fucking weird and there's a whole fucking backstory behind this. I'm not going to get into it for privacy reasons of people involved in case people hear about it. I don't want to, but let's just say she was a bit of a degenerate on the side and she cheated on her boyfriend stuff. And then a couple fucking years later after being single and a single mom, and then also she's lesbian. And then she was all like, she's friends with my girlfriend at the time. And you could tell she was just a fucking snake. You could tell she was there to be that lesbian, right? That lesbian that, turns the girls, right? And just you could see she's like trying to grease on my girlfriend. It was hilarious. And then, but she pretended to be my friend and pretended to be her friend. Everybody's friend, everybody's friend. And then we broke up one day. And then all of a sudden, like, I was in like a 7-Eleven or something. And I saw her and I just said hi because I'm a polite person. And she just fucking blows up on me. And she's like, "Oh, Cody, why the fuck would you ever talk to me? What do you think I would ever want to fucking talk to you, you piece of shit?" And I'm not joking. This is verbatim. Like this is literally what she said. And if you guys don't believe it, the Houster, friend of the podcast, he he could tell you guys like this 100% happened because he was with me. We're both in 7-Eleven just grabbing some snacks and shit for our gaming session. And yeah, literally just no, I didn't say anything. I didn't say like, "Hey, fuck face" or anything. I didn't even know she was mad at me or anything. But obviously, because of the breakup, she's now I'm an enemy, right? Because she's trying to get in with my ex, right? So, which it's just gross. I don't know when unfuckable lesbians try to do that shit. It's disturbing, guys, to say the least. But yeah, all I did was say hello, and she just fucking and in the middle of a fucking 7-Eleven. And yeah, of course she's part of every time there's a fucking pride parade in town, she's like all decked out in the fucking love shit. I'm like, yeah, I've seen how loving you can be, you piece of shit. Like, but that's my point, is that if it really was about inclusivity and being a nice person and love, then I'd be fine. It'd be cool. But it's not. It's not. It's about pushing a message. It's about pushing power over other people. And when you see these fucking gross, this is the last thing I'll say. I'll let you guys go for the day, but class dismissed. There was this gross video I saw of this girl, and she's a teacher. She's a 6th grade teacher, and she was talking about during COVID how the American flag in her classroom was triggering to her. She's like, I had to take it down because it was making me uncomfortable. The fucking American flag. Listen, I'm sorry. Sorry. I didn't know there was going to be a tutorial, but here it goes. If you're triggered by a fucking American flag, go to New York, go to the Golden Gate Bridge, and jump the fuck off. Okay? Because that's it. We're done. You're over. You're done. If you like the idea of just a patriotic, it's just a fucking flag of your country, and that pisses you off. Like, that doesn't make sense. But then she goes on in the video and says how she had a student be like, "Well, I like to sing. I can't remember what it was. I like to do something with the flag or look at the flag." And she's like, "I got a new flag." And then the flag that she hung up is of course the fucking weird gay pride, whatever. It's like a rainbow flag, but now it's got like the little V in it. I literally can't keep up with this shit, guys. I'm sorry. I don't know what the V means. It's like indigenous rights or something. Like I remember somebody saying, but I don't know. And I don't give a fuck enough to look into it, but maybe one day I will. But she has that flag and it's like, oh my God, you're such a piece of shit. Because that's, again, it's another form of indoctrination. It's just like even when I was going to school, we had in my elementary school, we had a couple we had gay teachers, but everybody knew they were gay. We didn't give a fuck as kids, but they weren't coming into the classroom in rainbow bright colors going, "Hey everybody, today we're going to learn about strippers and penises. Let's go." It's just like, yeah, that's Mr. fucking Forrest, whatever. Yeah, he's gay. He's got a husband. That was the end of it. Cool. I like that. I like that a lot. But now, again, it's got to be your fucking personality. And I think that's what bugs me the most about it. Honestly, it's just like, and it makes me sad. It makes me sad. And going back to the whole One Piece thing with like well written characters, and I love shit like that. I like well written characters, but when I see these, because people have accused me of being like, well, you're just anti whatever, right? You're anti gay, you're anti transgender, because I would always complain about gay characters in like Star Wars and stuff like that, right? But it's not because, and I've said this before, but I'll say it again to obviously reiterate, but it's not because of their sexuality. It's because that's their fucking character. That's what they do. They make their whole character their sexuality. And the reason that sexuality is in there is just to fucking get brownie points with the Labataquas. That's literally all it is. And me as a movie fan, oh, sorry, hit the mic. I'm getting too excited here. Me as a movie fan, as a movie buff, self-titled, like I like well-written shit. I love it. I live for that shit. And when I see these new movies on Netflix and shit like that, I can tell the writing is just, it's poor. And it's not like the character is just the character to be that token whatever. Token trans person. Holy fuck. Token, it'll be like a token black guy that's in there. Token Asian guy. Like they'll make a diverse cast or whatever. It's the same as like Battlefield. Like when Battlefield added women to like the World War One game to appease people. It's like, guess what? There weren't fucking women fighting in World War One. You know why? Because women didn't go off to war back then. That's just how it was. They weren't being fucking sexist in the old World War One games, in the World War Two games. It's not a sexist thing, guys. It's just that women weren't that unlucky. They didn't have to go and fight and die. You know? Nowadays, women are in the army. That's cool. It's good. If you want to do that, again, it's fine. Do what you want. But like, that's all I would want out of like a Netflix series or something. Just like, it could be just a normal guy in a suit. Again, like my teacher, like my fucking elementary school teacher. Just a normal guy, wore a button-up shirt. He had a bit of a lisp, I guess, but, whatever. Other than that, he's just a normal dude. Fuck dudes. It's fine. But every fucking time, there's a fucking movie that's coming out these days, it's always that one gay guy is always like, hey guys, he's wearing like a tube top, and it's like, oh, Jesus Christ. Like they make it too obvious because they're trying to get those brownie points. And again, for me, it's just bad writing. If you can't write a proper character, like if you can't write a sick character like Bone Clay, fuck off. That's all it is. It's the same with like it's funny because there was like the Last Samurai movie, if you remember that movie, and Tom Cruise was in that, which even that I thought was kind of weird because it's about Ronin and like samurai in feudal Japan, but it's like there's a white guy playing the main character. Like that was weird, right? But it's the same kind of principle. Like I'd be weirded out if they did like a feudal Japan movie and it wasn't all Japanese actors or all Asians, right? It'd be kind of weird. But in a modern Netflix adaptation, they'll throw in a fucking white guy and a black guy and a Hispanic guy just to be like, yeah, we got everybody, it's cool. And there'll be like one gay samurai, and they'll be like, I'm here to kill people. Hello. But either way, sorry for rambling on, guys. It's been a bit of a week, and I'm just, yeah. I don't really know what to say. It's just, I hope the future's good. I really do. And I'm not trying to convince people to have kids. I'm not saying anything like that, but I will say that they do bring you great joy. the world is trying to go against us, and the world is trying to essentially price us out of everything. But the reality for me anyway is that children are priceless, and you don't need to give a fuck about what the government says or what the Labadaqua community, whatever. You fuck them all. You raise your kids, you raise them to the best of your ability. If you hear about some bullshit at school, you speak up and you do not fall in line. You speak up. If you have a problem with it, parents, older people are listening, I don't care. Don't. Because you have a right. You do have rights. It's weird. In Canada, I mean, we almost don't, but we're getting to that point. But no, you have rights and you can speak up. And that's okay. You should never feel bad about speaking up. And I always speak my mind. Because I wouldn't have it any other way. And to me, this is all fucking bullshit at this point. It's all, they're beating a dead horse. Okay? These people aren't marginalized. They're fucking privileged, if anything, at this point. And I'm just sick of it. I'm sick of the economic collapse. I'm sick of the fucking all this bullshit in our faces every day nonstop. And it's when you're somebody like me who could see through it so easily and you just see that's such a fucking facade, it's hard not to be angry. It really is. So thank you guys so much for listening. That's all I had for this week. I'm just ranting. I ranted on about the Labadaqua community for like an hour. So, you guys got that in your bank anyway, but I do appreciate you guys listening. It's, we got a couple more subs on YouTube. That's cool. I like that. Welcome everybody who's just joining. I do have a couple editing projects to do, and I have some more filming to do on a new series I'm starting. I don't want to talk about it yet, but it's going to be another new series on the channel that hopefully will be a revolving door that I can put out regular content, but I have to plan it first and shoot it. The hardest thing about, and any classic YouTuber will, a lot of the Los Angeles YouTubers are like YouTubers that are all rich now. They're, we're not rich, just bored. But all these guys that are all rich, they have it so easily, right? They have a cameraman, a fucking sound guy, an editor. They have everything, right? They're good to go. But when you're just a fucking one-man army like me, it's a lot of work. You got to set up the camera. I'm not rich, so I don't, I don't have anything fancy. I don't have like a remote with a rotating camera. I just have my camera to shoot things, and I usually just shoot things on myself, like by myself. And then, if I'm lucky enough to have my brother or somebody around that they can do some camera work, but even then I'm kind of a dick when it comes to it, because I like good camera work and stuff like that. Again, movie guy, right? So I like, and it's not their fault, because they're not movie oriented like I am. So, it's hard for them to like keep things in frame sometimes, and stuff like that. So, and it's all movie lingo, right? Like you want to keep, your frame right, whether it's to the center, left, or right, and based on the shots you're doing. So, some people cut off your knees, cut off your head. It's all camera work, but it's fun, and I'm still planning on doing it, and I just need to plan it out and get it ready. So, again, look forward to that coming down the pipe. Either way, we'll keep slinging these podcasts out every week, because I love you guys and I love myself a little bit too much some days. I think I've said this too many times lately, but it really is like a therapy. It's like a venting system. It's like I'm venting to the internet, which is actually kind of dangerous, because you can probably be canceled for half the things I say. But honestly, I couldn't care less these days. Right now, I think we've gotten to that point where people are way too afraid to speak their mind, for fear of being canceled. But Honestly, at this point, I have nothing to lose. I'm not making money doing this. Okay, I'm not doing nothing. I'm just shooting into the wind essentially right now. And that might change one day. Hopefully it does. That'd be cool. But, if it doesn't, it doesn't. I mean, if it does, it does. Cool. But for right now, like, but even if I did make it bigger and I was, making money off this, I'm not going to change my views. And I'm still going to speak my mind, because I think they're in the next 5 years, we're going to, I'm hoping, I'm optimistic, I guess, but I think people are going to have a great awakening, and it's going to be a new generation coming up, and there's going to be people questioning everything. They're going to be like, support the LGBTQ community no matter what. But they're going to be growing up going full Voltaire, and be like, or I guess, sorry, not Voltaire. I got Voltaire on my mind. But they're going to go full Socrates and go, why? And that's the thing. You should question everything. So, but I will stop her there, guys. Thank you so much for listening. I said it like 6 times now. Thank you guys so much for listening. Remember, links to all social media are in the description below, and I will see you next week. Bye. Now I can finally jerk off. Oh, fuck. I didn't turn this thing off.